Welcome to Around the House Quick Cuts, sponsored by Romac Building Supply. I'm your host, Don Magruder. Today, we're going to talk about the 5 most important things you need to do when planning a custom home. And I've got an expert on custom home building. We've got one of the great companies here in Lake and Sumter County. We got Cindy Couillard from Dibarco Building Corporation. They do residential and commercial construction. And you guys specialize on building on lots and building wherever. Unlike a national builder that builds in a certain area by a certain model, I think you've said you've never built the same house twice, have you?
We have not. No, we have not.
So give us some tips on if someone's planning a custom new home, what should they start doing?
First, if you have property, that's great. If you do not have property, I suggest really researching the property. A lot of people are looking for lots, and just like lots are hard to come by, so they just grab one when they can. But you really need to look at the schools, the locations, whether you have city utilities, well and septic. And we've ran into a couple people in this area that have run into contamination from the citrus groves back in the day.
And the other thing, they've changed the septic tank laws. Yes. And I've actually heard of people buying lots that they can't use. So I guess it's probably important if you're thinking about building a house, it's probably good to get someone like yourself to help pick that lot out. Would that be a good suggestion?
Or consult with us, please, before you do.
Absolutely.
And then a lot of people build with cash. They have equity. But if you don't, we recommend, if you've gotten a pre-qualification letter from a bank, make sure your financial institution will do construction to perm loans. We suggest if you already have an account with a bank, go to them first and see what they can give you, and look at land equity if you already have your property.
But Cindy, that's where a lot of people get in trouble. They don't have their financing in order, and they don't understand the hoops they have to go through, the steps and draws. And then the other thing a lot of folks do, and this, is their wants and needs are more than their budget.
Yes.
And that has to be discussed with someone, once again, an expert like you, doesn't it?
And we'd like to talk about that. We do free consultations for, up until you're ready to actually go for drawings. So that is one of the things that we bring up and talk about.
Yeah, that's very important.
Yes.
What else should we be looking at, Cindy?
Researching your builder. With Dibarco, we have been here for a long time, but if we encourage people to get second prices and other quotes, but just research them. Go to the DBPR, check their license, check to make sure they haven't had complaints, check their insurance, ask for a certificate.
Yeah, a lot of people are scared to ask for, let me see your insurance showing that you have liability workers' comp. Let me see your builder's license. And there are a lot of people who don't have that, who are masquerading as builders.
And look at the limits.
And look at the limits, absolutely, because if you got a limit that won't cover your job, you could really get in trouble. It's never wrong to ask for documentation, is it?
Right, it's not, and we actually bring that up at one of our first meetings with everybody. And then, the most important, I tell everybody, is to meet face-to-face with your builder. Get a feel for them, see how accommodating they're going to be. We will come in and talk to you. We talk to people for a year, sometimes 2 years, before they're actually ready to go forward and build.
Well, one thing about Dibarco Building, and especially you, Cindy Couillard, is that you actually spend a lot of time on the job sites.
Yes.
You understand all the trades. You're out there with the plumbers and electricians, whereas some builders, they stay in the office and never go to a job site. How important is that to you?
Very, very important. I like to, as the contractor that's on the permit, I like to be on my job site, make sure my job site's clean, safe, and one of my points here is communication with the builder. You shouldn't be afraid to call your builder if you have a concern, and that builder should call you right back. Most of my clients, well, all of my clients have my cell phone number.
And then your final tip.
My final tip is during construction, bring your ideas. We are a true custom builder, so we have never built the same house twice. So don't be afraid to sketch on a piece of paper. And it could be just simple, bedroom, bathroom, and we will take that and help build your dream home off of your ideas.
And that's where sometimes people get in trouble with custom homes and remodels. They'll have a perception of what they want to build, but yet the builder will say, no, you don't want that. That's not what you want. It's true today as it ever is. If you're building a custom project, you should get what you want as long as you can afford it. Isn't that true?
Yes, we will guide you, and help you with some decisions and layout and everything, but it's your home, and as well as the specifications. We have very good specifications, but we customize them to each home.
And I suspect with your 30 years of experience, there's probably not anything you haven't seen in home building that you can't try to accommodate.
I don't think so. I always like a challenge. So.
Cindy, as you look, and the last thing, as you look at the markets, what's the most important thing a customer should do before they get in a custom home?
Well, they need to make sure that, you know, it's what they want, that they can afford it, a lot of that. Right now, we have a lot of traffic, and there's still a lot of people out there buying and building homes because there's very little homes to buy.
Yeah, and there's
right
also,
now.
And they also got to be prepared for a wait. It's you don't build a custom home in 3
Yeah, it's usually between planning and coming in, usually a year to a half,
Yeah.
a year and a half.
That's very important. Well, Cindy Couillard from Dibarco Building Supply, tell us if someone had a question about a custom home project or remodel, how can they reach you?
Call our office, 352-748-5228.
Cindy, thank you for being our guest today. You gave us
Thank you.
some great tips for custom home projects. And I want to thank you for watching Around the House today. Be sure to go to aroundthehouse.tv to pick up more helpful hints. Until next time, we will see you around the house.